No Jamie Lyon, no Steve Matai in their back line today, but exciting to see young Tom Trbojevic, only 18 years of age, in his first grade debut, a prolific try scorer in the under-20s. The Sea Eagles 1-3 to start the year. It's the same story for the Canberra Raiders, just the one win so far this season, and that was in round number 1. Their side today sees the return from injury of Sisawanga in the centres. Let's have some fun in the city of Albury today. Round 5 of the Telstra Premiership. Saturday football on Fox Sports. And the Manly side and Canberra, as the boys have mentioned, 1 win from 4 matches each side, and Dynamis Louis would have all just outside the 10-metre line. And yes, we were here in 2011 for City Country as Mason hits the ball up over the 20, but Brandy, you were here way back in 1990 with the Panthers in the pre-season challenge.
That was Vossi. Can't add much to it. Couldn't even remember who we played against. That was 25 years ago, but have been in Albury as Manly work it out of their own end in the opening set of this game. Just interesting to watch how they're set up. Sisawanga, who comes into the side, will play right centre along with Jordan Rapana on that side of the field. Trbojevic will join Hiku on the right wing.
Cherry Evans. Oh, Whiten has had a shocker. It's bounced and then he stumbled. He's just slipped and lost the ball. And Manly will get a scrum feed 15 metres out from the line. Jack Whiten, I dare say their most exciting attacking weapon, his first touch. Well, it's turned to mud.
Just lost that right foot as he went to push off and go for the football. Awkward bounce for him. We'll give Manly a start inside the 20 with the scrum set.
What a chance this is. Big line set to the left. Only young Trbojevic on the right side of the scrum, as you can see. Crowd packed into the hill on that far side of the ground. So Ballin from the scrum, and across it comes with Foran. Links up short with Williami. No line or Matai today for Manly. 10 metres away from the line. And with it is Bura. This is quite the early test for the Canberra defenders. Manly, their biggest bogey side of the last decade. And look at this, it's going to open up. Trbojevic, first touch of the ball. 2 minutes into the game, scores the try. The Wonder Kid, with 28 tries in 21 under 20 matches. It's like shelling peas. Scores first touch.
Well, Jack White was hoping that they were going to keep Manly at bay for that set of 6 after making the error. Sloppy played the ball. That caused the defence to just come up a little bit staggered. But Brett Stewart involved in a second-man play. Terrific hands from him. Quick hands from Foran. Not even looking, Brett Stewart delivers the pass to Peter Hiku, and Trbojevic scores in the corner unmarked, and the Canberra defence was a long way infield. As Peter Hiku lines up the kick. Daly Cherry Evans did it last week after Lyon's injury without much success.
And 27 metres back, Peter Hiku, a fair strike, but just hits the upright 4-0 scoreline. Sideline duties today with Nathan Feen, and it's a great place to be in Albury.
It certainly is, Voss. We walked down the main street. The locals were right behind this game, but there's no better side in the comp when under siege than the Manly side. A lot of injuries, obviously, to start this season. Not the start that Canberra were looking for, all just too easy in the end. Foran and Cherry Evans, Brett Stewart linking up too easy.
Well, there you go. You've seen a moment. Trbojevic first touch in first grade and a try, and Burgess brings it back as he did from the kickoff. Kieran Foran back in 09 made his debut against Canberra at Brookvale Oval, scored a try off his second touch of the ball, and what a good player he has turned out to be. But what a moment for him, and now Mason surges forward, Big Willie. Wow, that was Willie Mason at his best right there. Manly on their own 40-metre line. Plenty of support for both teams, I must say, as far as team jerseys in the crowd here at Lavington. Hosted the pre-season challenge finals in 94 and 95. Brisbane appeared in both. They were beaten by Souths in 94, and then they got the better of Cronulla in 95. And this time Whiten's got a hold on that ball. Sam Williams back into the Canberra side at halfback today, replacing Mitch Cornish. I think in some ways he's looking to relaunch his career from today. There's now Hodgson, the Englishman, kicking short side right, and Kennedy, the recipient of a little dump-off pass there. Now Rapana, second touch in the set, into the clutches of Mason and Burgess. Heavy in the middle. And Canberra now inside the 30, very direct attack with Kennedy. Last tackle, Hodgson, 20 metres out. Williams, a bomb out towards Trbojevic. He's big, he's tall, and what a takedown from the kid.
He'd be feeling pretty good now, wouldn't he? A try with his first touch. Real confidence builder there to be able to get up above the Canberra players. It was a good kick by Sam Williams, put it exactly where he wanted, just short of the try line.
And he plays today as well in first grade alongside brother Jake, which is a significant family moment. One of our Raiders junior. And now Ballin on to Tommy Simons, who highlighted, played in that City Country game in 2011, off the bench for City. Four on the last tackle. Will find the grass between Whiten and Rapana. That time the bounce is okay. And White's almost lost it over the left shoulder. He was hit hard first up by Ballin and Bura. Here goes the impressive Jordan Rapana. 6.5 minutes in, and Manly have the jump on Canberra. And just some of those stats head to head. I mean, it's slightly embarrassing for the Raiders against the Seagulls as Papali gets inside the Manly half. Manly winning 12 of the past 14 and the last 5 straight. Distinct advantage. It must also be stressed. Only once in the past 6 years have they met away from Brookvale Oval. As Williams places it nicely, but finds Trbojevic with the ball. And his third touch is pretty handy as well.
As I said just before the game got underway, there's no doubt that Manly would have liked to have held Trbojevic back a little bit longer. He's only 18 years of age, but Vossi's form in the under-20 so far, he's scored 8 tries, scored 7 in 2 matches. Back-to-back.
Opened the year with 4 in the very first round, as now Ballin on to Bura. Tills came up, and then a wonderful offload from Bura for Stewart and Cherry Evans, and now Simons. Confidence about Manly's work early. 70% of the ball, and another kick that'll find the grass. And again, it doesn't kick on. Whiten has it for Canberra. I think he'll make up for that earlier mistake.
Manly, get off your line,
He started the year well in round 1 against Cronulla. He was a match winner, despite getting sin-binned against the Sharks.
Well, he's such a dynamic runner, Jack Whiten. Tall, very athletic, hard to stop once he gets going.
Speaking of tall, Edric Lee's lost the ball. Well, Edric Lee's come in to centre field. He's lost it. Canberra, another error inside their own half.
Well, you mentioned the kicking and the fact that the Eagles have been able to find the grass on 3 occasions. Now, Brett Stewart, the last of the kickers, as we see Edric Lee make that error. A very clever kick out of dummy half from Brett Stewart and hooked it back across the ruck. They make the mistake coming out of their own end.
2 from 4 completed sets then for Canberra. 5 from 5 for Manly.
Ricky Stewart would be hoping his defence reacts a little better through this set. But whenever you get Cherry Evans, Foran and Brett Stewart on the same side of the field, you can bet the ball's going that way.
Quite a committee meeting before this scrum pact between some of the Manly's brains trust there, working out what they're going to do in this set. 35 metres away from the Canberra line. And Ballin on with Burgess. Some good numbers last week against the Dragons. 32 tackles, 16 hit-ups. He's not the best after that tackle. From Fensom, this is Foran to Stewart. Tip on, nice work. And now the ball with Williami. Only 8 metres from the line, he's lost it. Play on is the call from referee Perinara. Real let-off for Canberra.
Well, short side play with Brett Stewart again. The little tip on that gave Williami some space on the outside.
Coming up to the 10-minute mark, and Canberra back in possession, but wanting a set to get out of their half.
No, he might have been a bit unlucky in the replay box. We just saw it was Blake Austin's hand. Accidentally just knocked it out of Williami's hand as he was trying to get up and play the ball.
And the Raiders with Fenton back to halfway, working hard. Hodgson takes them left with Williams. And this will be Brett Stewart getting across to cut off the ball. You talk about star backs and try-scoring ability. Well, Stewart, well, he is the Baron of Brookvale, isn't he? And he's got 149 tries next to his name. And now this kid, Trbojevic, has one already. Speaking to some of the former greats around the club, hang on a second. The ball's ended up in the hands of Papali. Manly under pressure. 10 metres out from their own line. Hodgson. Door open for the Raiders, Austin. Out it comes for Cesar Wanga. Put a step on Chase Blair. Treated him like a turnstile at the back here at Lavington. And scores the Raiders try.
Well, it was the Cesar Wanga footstep that sidestepped that beat Chase Blair. It was actually Chase Blair that made the error too. Had to push himself back out to the left-hand side. He's defending inside Willie Army. Just beaten cold by Cesar Wanga, who's playing in the centres. Wouldn't have started many games in the centres.
Well, let's see what Croker can do here, looking to put Canberra in front. 12.5 minutes into the game. Good crowd here at Lavington. Has just pushed it to the side of the posts. So a 4-all scoreline. Ricky Stewart adopting the watch position from the sideline. He has a dreadful record against Manly. I don't think he probably wants us to remind him. He wouldn't be listening right at the moment, but he's lost 12 of his last 13. Ricky Stewart coached sides against Manly. And the last 8 straight. So it's been a bit of a maroon and white nightmare for Ricky. Canberra in receipt of the kickoff, and now with Papali. And back to the 20-metre line to start this set. Hodgson. And with Whiten, Hodgson was probably, well, in fact, I'm certain he would have been watching the Fox Sports coverage Friday morning of the Super League. It was the bid Hull derby, Hull FC versus Hull KR. Hull KR, his former club, or his most recent club. And they triumphed with Terry Campese starring again, former Raider. And Canberra getting that penalty, which will take them inside Manly territory.
At first of the game, and after Manly dominated the opening close to 10 minutes, Canberra have been given another chance.
Both these teams have struggled for second half points, so they'll be looking to establish an advantage coming up to the break. Dane Tills will play at 31 metres out from the line. Hodgson on to Papali. Still, I'd like to see him hitting the ball a little harder as Hodgson takes off. Advantage here for Austin. Got past Stewart. Has scored the try again. Flimsy Seagulls defence. The feathers are well and truly ruffled. And Blake Austin scores for Canberra, a double strike.
You were just talking about the English hooker, Hodgson, who noticed that the defence hadn't come up on the right side. So thought he'd take the metres, and Blake Austin is a player that can run into a hole. The hands by Kieran Foran weren't good enough. Brett Stewart, who pulled off some great try-savers last weekend against the Dragons, not up to the tackle on Blake Austin. And the Raiders, after trailing early and a very dusty start from them, look all over the top of Manly.
So Blake Austin quickly becoming a bit of a crowd favourite for the Raiders fans. And now they will be 6 points in front in just a moment after what was a bit of a calamity, the start of the match for them. Must remember too, round 3 against the Dragons, they got away to lead by 18 and got run down as Croker takes the score to 10 points to 4. 2 quick tries, Cesar Wanga and Blake Austin, 2 of their off-season signings. Jeff Davey looks a little nonplussed. What a great shot that was. Looked like he was going to nod off. An investigation into that shot. What was he doing? Okay, it's over to Trbojevic to restart play. Boy, he's got some hang time on that one. Papali will bring it back. Am I being a bit mean on my observation of Papali? To me, he just looks, I'm not going to say he's not fit, but Can he be running the ball a little harder?
No, he looks unfit. There's no doubt about it. You only have to look at his stats from last week's game. 6 runs for 50 metres in 45 minutes. And he made a statement through the week. He said that the signing of Soliola and also Frank Paul has taken a bit of pressure off my shoulders. I don't know whether Ricky Stewart would like to see that sort of comment from him as Hodgson goes for a run and the Canberra Raiders back inside Manly's half.
And it came about from a fencing offload. I've said before, it's an underrated part of his game as Williams has just dabbed it over the top. Stewart's onto it. Well, you've got to call a spade a spade. It was a poor miss by Brett Stewart on Blake Austin. So both fullbacks with something to make up for here. Trbojevic gets involved in the play. Just outside the Manly 20 now. Ballin sends them to centre field for Chase Blair to get involved. Playing on the left wing today for Manly. And off goes Ballin, up and over the 40-metre line. He signed until the end of 2017. 31 years of age at the moment. Now, Willie Mason, talking about ages, he'll be 35 in just under a fortnight's time, Big Willie. On it comes for Foran. It's a high one that Whiten will get across to. 10 metres out from his own line. Got nice and steady underneath it. And Canberra start a set just outside that 10-metre zone. They've picked up their completion rate. In fact, they've completed their last 5 sets, the Raiders. And as a result, they've been able to back it up with some decent football. And now some offloads. Wanga got that one away. Croker's on the end of it. And back within 5 of halfway. Impressive stuff from Canberra. Hodgson stands in the tackle. Soliola now with the ball. Soliola was looking to pass. And it was Louis that was able to wrap up his arms around the ball there. Now Tills, he'll be headed off to Hull KR after round 7. After agreeing to terms this week. Last tackle, Raiders with Austin. Will put pressure on Chase Blair. Getting through Rapana. Blair ended up with it. Rapana missed it altogether. He went too far. So Manly back in possession with Williami. So some experienced players out of their side not here today. In line and Manon, the likes of Folletti, Mateo. As it comes across with Lingy Sow out there now for the Seagulls. 4 forwards on the bench today. Just inside the Canberra half. Ballin on to Simons. And Simons able to cart the defence a little further than he was probably entitled to go. Now 30 out. Plenty of cloud about.
That's good.
On the cool side, the conditions. The kick out to Rapana. He's got it. And then all over him was Chase Blair. Not a bad result for Manly.
Now, better kick than the last one from Kieran Foran. A little bit deeper, the chase. Getting an opportunity to get up there and really make Canberra work it out from a corner.
Manly getting set to make a few more changes. Burgess was the player off with Sow out there. And now Paul Vaughan, one of the changes for Canberra. He was really the only forward to cause a bit of damage to the Roosters last weekend. Hodgson goes short. There's one of those offloads from Fenson. Back to Hodgson. He almost passed it to the assistant referee there.
Well, he didn't have a Canberra player behind him. Everyone in front of him.
And they will kick, and in fact, the kick just over the 40. I thought he was shaping the kick and position himself inside the red line. Great weight on it, though. Trbojevic from in goal. Young Tom looks up, lime green wall in front of him. Manly inside their 10. And Canberra have slipped into a nice groove here. On the back of 3 straight defeats and a bit of a pummeling last week by the Roosters. And it's impressive so far. Strong defence there for Parley over the top on Sow. Now Cherry Evans pushing across to Hiku, who is playing in the centres, but with number 5 on the back. He'll handle it. Can handle anywhere in the back line and do it with some skill. As now Senna-Lafayette up to the 40-metre line for the Seagulls. No stamp yet from the 2 halves. Stewart will kick this time. Brett Stewart with plenty on it. Whiten goes back, makes it look rather easy in taking that over the shoulder. But no starring role yet from Foran or Cherry Evans. The sets they've had as Canberra get a penalty.
It doesn't often do kicking. The kicking, Brett Stewart, but a couple of times he's been asked to do that. Jerry Evans, who had a fair bit of strapping on his right leg for last week's game against the Dragons, is free of that this afternoon. Sam Williams will find touch just short of the halfway.
Corresponding game last year when they met at Brookvale Oval at this point. What was it? It was 24-0, was it, after 20 minutes?
They're at 50-something.
It did. It was an annihilation, 54-12. It was 42-4 at half-time. Got to 42 before Canberra got on the board. It was an embarrassing day for the Raiders. Jerry Evans, in fact, has been man of the match the last 2 times Manly have played Canberra. And this is Frank Paul Nuasala. Runs like his life depends on every time the ball is tucked under the wing. 30 metres from the Manly line. Blake Austin, on it comes for Kennedy. Almost strode through the tackle of Bura there. Raiders look sharp again. Nuasala to centre field for Fensom. Sal got him. Outside men were calling for it, screaming for it. 15 away from the line. Raiders up by 6. 22 minutes gone. Austin got a kick which ricocheted into the arms of Foran.
There was a real opportunity for Sean Fensom, who really has the ability to look on the outside. He can offload the ball in traffic, but he can also pre-offload. He had Manly absolutely shot on the outside when he took that tackle, as they did back on the right when Blake Austin's kick found the Manly defenders. So both sides of the field there. If Austin looks up, he has Sisawanga on the outside as Manly.
I think the referees, the 2 of them are looking for instruction from elsewhere, but they've called it there against Manly. Real chance for Canberra, Brandy.
Yeah, well, they made a couple of earlies error, Canberra, early in the game. Ball just comes out. It's hard to tell exactly what happened. The pocket referee was well within sight to see what exactly happened. I think the shoulder just knocked the ball out of the grip of Peter Hiku, but Canberra with a terrific start to their set.
Austin, and into the line comes Whiten. Bit of a swerve about it. Williami and Foran 28 metres away from the line. Sisawanga quickly on to Kennedy. But there's a real purpose about Canberra. They put aside the setback of the opening minutes, and they've got on with a job here. Nuasala in front of the Manly sticks. They've scored the last 2 tries. Hodgson, right side for Austin. Easy for Kennedy. Way too easy. Has left defenders strewn across Lavington. Senalafeo, Williami, both have failed to come up with a tackle. And Kennedy, it's all you can eat Pizza Hut.
Well, when Canberra come at the Manly line with speed, the Manly defence have trouble handling them. Blake Austin, who hit the hole for their first try, this time creates the space for Jared Kennedy, who gets his body in between the Manly defenders. Braden Williami can't make the tackle from the outside. But Austin direct and at the Manly defence, and there's some problems down on this side of the left side for Manly.
They will keep coming back there all day.
Well, there's just a lack of commitment.
It's just that is a soft try again.
Just a lack of putting your body on the line, and that's not what Manly fans are accustomed to from their side when they're on their goal line.
Pretty valuable player, the try scorer, Jared Kennedy. Only his 2nd try. His previous try was round 11 last year against the Cowboys. It's Maruga Jr. who is giving them good value, recently re-signed. And now Croker for a 12-point lead. The Raiders captain has banged it down the hay-diddle-diddle. 16 points to 4. Nathan sideline.
Yeah, I think Ricky Stewart would be most pleased with the Raiders' defence at the moment. That's where all the errors are coming from. The front row rotation, boys, of Papali and also Tills and Frank Paul Nuasala and Vaughan, since they've come on, have made big impact. I like the balance, too, between the halves at the moment. Blake Austin and also Sam Williams just mixing things up nicely.
Well, Austin's had a huge opening 25 minutes.
I tell you, I can't take off. It's Josh Hodgson at the moment. I mean, if it's in the game plan that I have to give. Oh no, Vaughan's lost it from the kickoff. The last time that happened, it was the end of the world against the Dragons. I hope it's not the case today.
Well, you mentioned Paul Vaughan when he came on the field, boss, and he was their best against the Roosters in a pretty dismal performance. But the shot there from Trbojevic has been enough to dislodge the ball, and that's Jake Trbojevic, not Tom, who's out in the wing. But Jake, a noted front-on defender, has forced the error.
Well, White error, scrum, 20 metres out, 15 metres out. Manly scored within a few tackles. They've got the same opportunity here. Cherry Evans and Ballin at the scrum base for Hiku. Along for Foran, a dummy, but the defence scrambling across for the Raiders. Vaughan holds his breath in this set as Williami on to Bura. Vaughan is there in defence. 9 metres out from the line. Raiders up by 12 points. Ballin, Cherry Evans, Stewart, maybe an overlap again. Hiku's got the ball, but Croker and Lee just able to prevent the pass. Trbojevic dummy half. Simon's now with it. Cherry Evans. Ballin is hit front on by Kennedy. Good stuff from the most recent try scorer. 15 metres from the line, and now Jake Trbojevic. Last tackle for Manly. Canberra have scrambled their way through this set. Foran, Brett Stewart holds it, intercept, sees the Wanga, then for Rapana, almost gets away, decides to pass to Wanga. Have a look at this. Vaughan's got the ball.
They handled that well then, the Raiders. It was Cesar Wanga and Jordan Rapana who were drifting sideways with Brett Stewart, who was ready to throw the ball across Williami and pick up Chase Blair, but Wanga did a terrific job to get in the face of Stewart, force the error and come up with the ball.
And now more offloads from Canberra. Sets Edric Lee on the run. Love to see big Edric in some open pasture. But taken across field by Hiku. But then some good defence. And Manly need a bit at the moment. Jesse Senalafeo made the tackle on Fensom. Oh, Vaughan has fallen into the tackle. That's got to hurt. Into the tackle of Trbojevic. Wow. Somehow he's okay. Nuasala now with the ball. They've got just about all parts of his body there. Hodgson dummy half. 30 metres away from the line. Williams will bomb. Stewart has called for it. Stewart doesn't get near it. The Raiders touched it 2 or 3 times. Trbojevic comes up with it. And now they say, run, Tom, run. And he's tackled 18 metres away from the Manly line. Well, this is a good game. 29 minutes in, 16-4 scoreline. But plenty of attack to like. Quickly, Williami on to Chase Blair. That was good. Manly working to the left. Williami copped a fair shot after passing as well. Penalty Manly.
No, good hands from Williami with Cherry Evans involved down the short side. Give Chase Blair some space, and cover defence picked him up, but this will give Manly, through the penalty, another chance. The last 2 times they've been down the Canberra end, they've come up with an error and not been able to get to their 5th tackle play. We'll see what they can mount in this set.
So Bura is with it. Tackle number 1 will be 18 metres away from the Raiders line. Manly just the 1 win this year. That was against Melbourne in round 2. And Lingy Sow gets in a tussle there with the Canberra defenders right in front of the Raiders sticks. Ballin to the right side. Cherry Evans out the back. Stewart. Blink, can you miss it? Trbojevic. I tell you what, if he goes for the corner, he may have had his second. He angled back in field. Senalafeo. 3 metres away from the line. Canberra's defence being tested. Ballin, high ball there for Cherry Evans. Had to leap to catch it. Risky ball then to Simons. Coming back across field. Simons cut down by Kennedy. Manly lose their way a little here. With Cherry Evans. Kick across. Lee is tall. Up goes Trbojevic. Croker ends up with it for Canberra. And they will call, in fact, a knock-on against Trbojevic in goal. So 20-metre restart. Interesting. Kicking out. putting a one-on-one, Trbojevic and big Edric Lee, one of the tallest players, if not the tallest.
Yeah,
in
you
the
can see Cherry Evans signalled to Trbojevic, who had his hands up. Edric Lee's quite a height too, and pretty good in the air. Trbojevic got his hands to the ball, just couldn't control it.
Hodgson's going to kick here from 5 metres inside the Raiders half. It's going to go too far. It'll be a 7-tackle set as it went touch in goal. Later tonight, here on Fox Sports, our Super Saturday, just the 2 matches, the Dragons and the Knights. As you know, the Knights trying to stay unbeaten. The Dragons looking for a 3rd straight win. So a nice double on this Easter Saturday. And remember our triple header on Monday. Rapana has forced the ball on Buehrer. Buehler's flat on his back. Rapana's put a kick in. Well, surely he's taken his advantage. And now Wonga's taken it on the toe out of the hands of Blair and has scored the try. Is there anything to check? I don't know. I think it's all okay. But I think...
Check the contact, Jamie Buehrer.
They'll check everything.
Well, they're going to have a look at the contact as the on-field referee awards the try or calls try to the man upstairs. Jamie Buehrer was looking to get a quick pass away to Braden Williami. Jordan Rapana has come off his wing to close it down, and it was a good shot as we see play unfold. Manly think that they've got an advantage on the outside, and they certainly do, and Rapana comes up with well, it's just a good ball and all tackle. Scoops up the ball. Kieran Foran pushes him towards the sideline. He gets the kick in before he goes into touch. Chase Blair slips, takes his time. Well, the shoulder does come in contact with the jaw.
Yeah, and he's already been signalled that he's going off for the concussion tests. He's in poor shape before he hits the ground. Did Blair actually have control of the ball and have the ball kicked out of his hands off the ground as well? Although we don't have to go past it if we rule a penalty here.
No, it won't go any further. Live, that looked good. As we slow it down, you can see that Rapana's come in just to wrap the ball up, put a good shot on a player, and Buehler's... The height of Buehler's head meant that there was going to be a collision between his shoulder, so we won't even get to see Sawanga.
And a penalty against Jordan Rapana. Buehler off the field for Manly. And a big touch finder takes them 40 metres away from the Canberra line. And here come the Seagulls. And Ahoro takes the run. 30 metres away from the Raiders line. We've got 8 minutes remaining in this first half, and it's been entertaining, certainly. Started early with the young kid on debut scoring a try after 2 minutes. Now Ballin on to Jake Trbojevic, and Cherry Evans with it. The defence handle him well. They eat him there. Soliola and Fensom. Hodgson was in the tackle as well. Now Senna-Lafayette. Foran patrols left. Stewart, the tip on again. Williami to Blair. They've got him. They've nailed him in the corner. Blake Austin is now in trouble, but he put his body on the line. Blair was never going to get to the corner.
Well, hasn't their defence sharpened up since the opening try? The 2 minutes where Trbojevic just strolled through unmarked, and as the contact was made, Blair just led his body back towards the middle of the field in an effort to stay in the field of play. And
it's his face front on, Blake Austin, that's made contact. That is going to make a mess of your nose, that. Well, that's amazing. I've said before, is it Blake Austin or is it Steve Austin? He's got the $6 million nose now. How does his nose stand up to that confrontation? That is amazing. The toughness of our athletes, because that was an awesome shot. I wouldn't imagine it's going to take much to make the nose bleed again.
Well, it was his job to feed the ball in the scrum, but he's just handed that over. Sam Williams, the halfback who should be feeding, comes up to perform the duty and give it to Sisawanga.
Canberra in possession. Trailed 4-0 early, trailed 4-0 after 2.5 minutes. Now lead by 12 and making some ground with Edric Lee. Canberra 13 of 17, their completion rate today. They've given themselves a chance. Hodgson having his best game so far for the Raiders. And they're now Vaughan with it. And in quick time, they've got themselves almost back to halfway. Light starting to take their effect here. As Uwasala gets over the halfway mark. Last tackle for the Raiders. And that is a very composed set from them. Williams kick. He's got the good weight on it again. In fact, it's just about the perfect set from Canberra. And then they hammer Trbojevic.
Well, he's done a terrific job, Sam Williams, who comes into the side, back in the first-grade lineup for the first time since 2013. That's the Canberra lineup. He's at the Dragons for a few games last year, and he's been able to put it down into that corner a number of times and force Manly to bring it out of their own end for most of this first half.
Well, the trivia with Sam Williams last year, he played for two clubs called the Dragons on opposite sides of the world. 4 games with the St George Illawarra Dragons and then 10 with the Catalan Dragons in the Super League. As here is Stewart kicking from outside his 40. And whereas the Canberra kicks are pulling up, the Manly kicks are going dead there from Stewart. And the Raiders will race back. Whiten wants to get a quick restart, but has to wait for the teammates to get onside. And that allows the Manly line to set. And Whiten was fair and squarely crunched by Sow and Senna-Lafayette. Here is Edric Lee. He's certainly got a star appeal, Edric Lee, when he came out for warm-up, and the kids see him. Big, tall, and he's got that haircut. Raiders 5 metres inside their own half. Jordan Rapana on a stumbling run, but still effective. Early on, they made mistakes inside their own half, and that pass was line ball, then on to Soliola. I think Whiten wanted it on the inside channel. Now Hodgson off to Paul Vaughan. Used up 5 tackles in the set. Could be a bomb out towards the winger Chase Blair here. Williams puts it that way. Blair coming in, tapped on by Wanga, brilliant, and then it will be the try to Rapana. Wanga, the hand of God, sort of, taps it on to Kennedy, and then Rapana in the corner. The Raiders have got 4 tries in the first half. 4 straight tries.
Another clever kick from Sam Williams. Didn't kick it right out to the corner. Kicked it to Cesar Wanga. But the Manly defence had all come in to play at the ball and no one was on the outside. Wanga realised that, was able to get up in the air and just tap it back. He's a good player, Cesar Wanga. He's smart. Apart from being a hard man to get to ground when he runs the football, that was smart play, realising that he had 2 blokes, 2 Canberra players on his outside, and all the Manly players had come in to contest the footy.
What a lead if Croker gets this. He will get it. Croker again. 18 points is the lead here at Lavington. 3 minutes out from half-time. Just want to check Cesar Wanga onside on the kick because he sort of took off a little early. I'd say
his line ball.
His line ball is as good as you get.
Yeah.
And then the tap was perfect. The modern day try. That one kick, the little tap on from the bomb. And yet another kick-off restart for Tom Trbojevic.
Well, there's 3 Manly players there too, and Blair and Williami had made the effort to come in. No one went up for the ball and really gave Cesar a clean play at it.
But today, Manly looking to avoid pretty horrible time as far as away games are going. They've lost their last 6 away from home. Does Canberra get a penalty? The last time they lost 7 straight was 16 years ago, 1999. And it was their choice to bring a home game here. You have to count it as an away game, don't you? You can't call it a home game.
No, it's an away game. But it might have worked out well. Well, not if they lose. But would Brookvale have been in any condition to play there this weekend?
Well, no. The Sands of Brookvale, no. They could have played it over at Curl Beach. But here's Soliola with the ball for the Raiders. 29 metres away from the Seagulls line. Tell you what, 90 seconds out from half-time. I don't think Ricky Stewart will have been as happy at a half-time. If Canberra score again, it'll be like Christmas Day for Ricky Stewart when he was 10 years old getting a dragster. The Raiders are 19 metres out from the Manly line. They are in position. They have got their tails up. Nuasala, on it goes for Williams, goes short to Soliola. Whiten wanted it again. He's screaming for the ball, Jack White. Their most dangerous attacking player. He's missed out again. They're going to go to field goal. So Sam Williams decides to take the 1 point to make it 23-4. I thought they had Manly on the ropes, but they've taken the one.
19-point lead at half-time. Yeah, right, Sam Williams, it looked like he didn't read things on the outside. He's the man that gets the 1-pointer. But Jack Whiten on the outside. There was some space when they ran the play to Soliola. There's some blank faces and blank looks amongst those Manly players.
I think it was Warren Ryan, great coach, who said, or was of that opinion, you take the field goal when you can get it, rather than trying to kick it when you're under pressure at the back end of the game. If you're in a position, stretch 6-7, 12-13, do it early in the game. And we have the half-time siren here at Lavington. And after a disastrous start for Canberra, where they dropped the ball and conceded a try inside 2 minutes, they then scored 4 straight. The field goal put the icing on the first half cake, and Canberra go to the break, leading Manly by 23 points to 4. Second half underway here, 23-4. But yes, the Raiders have the worst record of half-time leaders over the last season and a bit. 12 times they've led at the break. Only got the cash 6 times, but you know what you're seeing here, as Brandy says, Manly need vast improvement if they are to bridge the gap here. Dare I say they need to start like they did the first half, where they scored inside the first couple of minutes. Rain has steadied up for the moment as the Raiders attack down the short side. Cecil Wanga up to halfway. He's been outstanding for them today. Hodgson, you can say the same about the hooker. I don't know when Buttress gets on. Fensom's offloaded yet again for Canberra. 3 offloads today. And the Raiders, just like that, are 29 metres out from the Manly line and can put up an attacking kick. Sam Williams bombs to the wing of Trbojevic. He's got it 5 metres out again. I think you've got to say pretty much a flawless game from the 18-year-old.
He landed awkwardly then. He went up in the air and his legs went from under him. Croker and the slippery surface here, just as that right leg went down. He looks okay. Just jarred.
Jarred. I think just jarred. The right diagnosis.
Yep.
Dr. Alexander. There's a laugh there with Jared Croker. And players back underway.
Let's go,
If you missed it, if you joined late, Super Saturday started. We were hailing this young fella on debut. He scored with his first touch on the right wing for Manly. Strolling over for a try and had a pretty good game since.
That's a couple of times he's been up in the air and been able to defuse a dangerous situation for the Sea Eagles.
And now Senalafaya up and over the 40-metre line for Manly. Still, I'm sure the Manly faithful, they're waiting to see more from Cherry Evans and Foran, their star half pairing. I know there's some lads watching from their lounge at Beacon Hill. Wanted a bit of a shout out. Manly need all the help they can get. Good luck to you, fellas. Happy Easter. And Canberra with the ball. And Kennedy is trapped with it. One of the try scorers from the first half. Solid game from him. Hodgson slips. And all of a sudden, you've got to factor those conditions into play and that scoreline. Fensom, another run for him. His stats from the first half, 23 tackles and now 11 hit-ups. He is top of both counts for Canberra. Vaughan has got the ball. 35 metres away from the Manly line. Last tackle. No surprise. Another big bomb coming from Sam Williams. Here we go again. Edric Lee's coming through. Croker is there, but Stewart has got it. And Manly have the ball 5 metres away from their own line.
Well, what they did well in the first half, the Raiders, was give the ball to Manly on their own try line. And again, the second time of this half, they have seen Manly work it off their try line. Run from Hiku. Good 10-metre gain.
To tell you from the Fox Sports Lab, as Manly will get a penalty here, the completion rate stats from early in the first half. Canberra have completed 18 of their last 20 sets. And Manly just 6 of their last 12. And with it, the flow of the game. Manly had started perfectly, 5 from 5. Canberra 2 from 4. So let's see what Manly have to offer here at Lavington and Albury. 3 minutes into the second half. Margin is 19 points. And Willie Mason in one big charge early in the first half. That's his 5th hit up for the day. To the short side with Foran delivers. Short pass for Holler. Good tackle by Austin. The man with the steel nose. 2 metres out from the line. Mason first receiver. Foran to Cherry Evans. Stands deep. It goes out the back door. And now it's in the backyard. And Hiku's onto the ball. And Edric was all over him. So the Seagulls, Cherry Evans, and then on to Trbojevic, tried to stand up Croker. Last tackle for Manly. 20 metres away from the line, pressure on Cherry Evans. It came from Soliola. Still a pretty good kick, Manly! Get a clean catch! Chase Blair just got the ball! Canberra were preoccupied with putting up interference.
No try. Check for a possible grounding there, mate, if you've got one.
Well, he's not happy with the grounding. He didn't ask for anything else, but he's ruled no try. Chase Blair certainly looks confident. The kick from Cherry Evans under pressure. Landed just short of the try line. Make sure they're all on side. Cherry Evans, no problem with the Manly chase. Blair comes from out in the left. No Canberra player wanted to play at the ball. And this will give us the angle that we're looking for to see whether he's been able to get this ball down or not. Not on that count, he hasn't. He doesn't get up and just think that he scored, does he?
Hang on a sec. Well, I've mentioned the Fibber 13 before. This is extraordinary. Chase Blair is just going to get up, having planted the ball on Blake Austin's thigh, and just say, yeah, that's a try, fellas.
We could have had another crack at
Come
trying
give
to
me
get the ball
exactly
down.
what happened. That's extraordinary. Well, I've called some Fibbers before. Chase Blair, he's the new leader. He's the new champion.
Change over.
That's amazing.
I don't know whether Blake Austin had complete control of him either. Another effort there might have seen Chase Blair get that ball
He
down.
couldn't possibly have thought he scored, Chase Blair. I mean, it wasn't even close to being forced. Blair has got up, accepted the high fives of the teammates. He's entitled to give them all back.
Well, that just continues the unhappy game that Chase Blair's had already. Beaten by Sisawanga off a mistake that he made.
He's a Fibber, Brandy.
And when the Seagulls desperately need to claw back this 19-point difference, Chase Blair, and that was in slow motion,
yes.
That effort. You speed that up, it looks worse.
Well, that's right. It's just like, I've just been tackled, I'll get up and I'll play. No, I've scored a try. Kennedy with the ball, sloppy play from Canberra. I don't know. I mean, if he's trying to sell it to the referee, he's gone down the mindset, well, if I do it really quickly, surely we'll send it upstairs try. I mean, Fenson has cut down there. Mason, no complaints from the tackled player. Another high ball, Blake Austin, headed for Trbojevic. He's got it again. The young bloke, and then bounces off Croker. Struggling to get over that one from Chase Blair. That is a real odd one. Hiku with the ball for Manly. 19 points down. And remembering, we told you earlier in the game, again from the Fox Sports Lab, second half stats, in fact, for both teams. Canberra's only scored 12 points in second halves this year. Manly's only scored 12 points in second halves this year. That's in total through 4 matches.
When you really examine Manly's season so far, apart from the 18 points that they piled on at the back end of the first half against Melbourne, points have been hard to come by. Only one try against the Dragons last week, one so far this afternoon as Cherry Evans puts one up.
Whiten took off early, has lost it. Manly have got the ball, and it will be 0 tackle, 8 metres out from the line. And then a second tackle and a third tackle, and it's almost a sin bin.
Well, they can afford to do that and give away a penalty. The quick play of the ball might have hurt Canberra. Mightn't have been a bad one to give away. And apart from the opening couple of minutes, they've been very good on their goal line, the Raiders.
So Senna Lafayette with the ball. Just thought Whiten mistimed his jump a little. Went off early with the attempted catch. It's tough, though. It's slippery conditions now. Ballin left side. Foran wanted a short run and no one there. Encroaching defence from Kennedy again. 21 tackles today. Now intercept, and off goes Fensom. He's backing up and over the 20. How did that happen?
Well Senny Lafayette was nice and flat, and I guess he didn't think he was getting the ball as Lee puts the brakes on so he doesn't go across the sideline. Matt Ballin just took his time and decided to hit the flat runner. By that time, Fensom was up to steal the ball.
Canberra have it back inside the Manly half. There's the intercept, Sean Fensom, maybe the first of his career. The Raiders with it. Made it hard today, Sean Fensom. I know his mum and his dad like to drive down from Coffs Harbour and watch him play. Added some Ks to the trip today, haven't they? Coming down to Albury. Jack Whiten loses the shorts, and now Hodgson to centre field with Williams. First half field goal from Sam. Goes high, it'll come down in goal, and Manly have got it. And the mixed afternoon of Chase Blair continues. And off and running. I thought Canberra moved up off the line there, Whiten a bit quick to make the tackle. Manly 30 away from their own line. Now Trbojevic. Almost up to the 40. 8 minutes gone, second half. 4 tries to 1. This is Mason. Stewart floats it out to Foran. Now he decides to run. Good tackle. Lost it. Got him. Manly with Willie Arming's lost it in the Kennedy tackle. Juggled by Horro. Kept it off the grass. Wasn't easy. Seagulls outside the Raiders 30. Saturday football here on Fox Sports. Knights and Dragons to come tonight. And a reminder, post-match late night tonight. After the match, Shervo and the team. Lara, Braith. Williams has lost the ball. One-handed pick-up by Jack Whiten. How easy did he make that look?
Well, that was a kick from Foran to Brett Stewart, who just couldn't get a clean run at the footy. The replay box, Sam Williams takes the ball. He loses it behind him, and Jack Whiten's there to clean it up.
Let's go down to the sideline. Nathan Fee.
Yeah, boys, if Manly to get back into this one, they need to concentrate on the positives. They've created some opportunities on the edges of the Raiders in the first half, and Hiku needs to get the ball in his hands more. He's outstanding last week versus the Dragons, running for 194 metres. He also scored 4 tries versus the Raiders at their last outing.
He did indeed, round 8 last year. And in the meantime, Senna Lafayette stripping the ball off Jordan Rapana. Followed up by the good Mason charge. Manly getting opportunities here, but no finish. Foran, Cherry Evans, defence rushed up. He has been smashed there by a combination of Cisa Wanga and Jordan Rapana.
Look at this, Kevin.
It went rather grim for Daly Cherry Evans there. The lights went out.
Well, one of the few starts in the centres for Cisa Wanga this afternoon, but defensively, he's answered what Manly have thrown at him. Got up quickly in Cherry Evans' face. By the time Cherry Evans was looking to pass that ball, Willie Army and Chase Blair had run past him. But Manly get the feed.
So saying knocked down out of the arms of Cherry Evans that he had passed backwards. So again, it's another opportunity for them.
Let's go, Sia.
Canberra defence needing to aim up here. Ballin in game 200 is only 5 metres from the line. Papali and Fensom on him. Simon's a dummy half. Left to no one. Stewart on second bounces with the ball. And Brett Stewart, the snake, then finds Cherry Evans. Gets it away for Hiku. Pass has gone forward. Again, crunching defence. Croker, Edric Lee. Canberra scramble.
Yeah, great Canberra defence, but Manly are off. The pass from dummy half found the ground. Brett Stewart had to come back across the ruck and link with Cherry Evans on the other side of the field. There's the attempted flick from Peter Hiku, and he's just pushed it forward. They have had a number of chances down this end of the field, not in just this half. They've been tackled 24 times in Canberra's 20-metre zone. whereas Canberra have only spent 7 tackles down that end of the field.
That's an amazing stat, given 4 tries to 1. The team was 7 tackles inside the opponent's 20.
It was
the 4.
It was a problem for Manly last week against the Dragons. Plenty of opportunity, just no.
That's from inside the 40 from Hodgson. Hodgson went back from dummy half, got himself inside the 40. They know it. Canberra want the tap. Manly getting back on side. This is where we have a problem. And now Williams is going to slow it right up. That was great play from Josh Hodgson. Dummy half retreated half a metre, made sure his kick was from inside the 40, and here come the Raiders. Papali. You can't take Hodgson off. Apologies to Glenn Buttress, but the Englishman has to stay out there. Dane Tills with the ball. 3 metres from the Manly line. Finally, they get tackles inside the Manly 20. Papali again. No force in the run. Tackled by Horro and Foran. 5 away. Hodgson will offload. Williams out the back. Whiten's got the ball. Bullet like there to Edric Lee. And big Edric trapped. Rounded up by Hiku. 10 from the line. Croker. Raiders in search of a 5th try for the game. They've never seen it so good. Well, certainly not in recent time. Fensom to play. Last tackle. Williams kick. For no one wants it. Cherry Evans said yours. Brett Stewart said I can't get there. And Croker has and has scored the try.
Just make sure the grounding, please.
Don't worry about that. Jared Croker's no fibber, I don't think, or is he? The Raiders have just been presented a 4-pointer.
Well, the kick from Sam Williams deserved to be cleaned up. It only just got behind the defensive line. Cherry Evans was there. He was going back towards his own in-goal area, so he thought that Brett Stewart might have been the better option. Canberra players are on side. There's a huge space for Williams to get it through. Cherry Evans waiting for Stewart to clean the ball up because he knew if he makes a play at it, well, he goes into the in-goal area. A lack of, or just anything from the Manly side. That sums up their afternoon. They have been flat. There's been a lack of energy and urgency.
Good work, Jerry.
Well, if they want it, Canberra can come up with a smashing here on what I'm seeing. 27-4. Try is confirmed for Croker. That takes him to 70 tries for the club, which moves him ahead of both Gary Belcher and Joel Monaghan. He's now only got 5 in front of him. The boy from Goulburn. And Canberra lead 27-4.
I know they're missing Jamie Lyon on the right and Steve Maddai on the left, and they're important members of their set plays and what happens when they get inside the 20, but there has just been a complete lack of energy from this side today. It was a very deceiving, that early try, and it masks some problems that the Manly Seagulls have certainly coming into the game, but what's unfolded in the following 50 or so minutes.
And now Croker, he's banged over some good ones today. There's another one. He's got a nice personal tally going. This is getting a bit embarrassing for Manly. 29-4. Now Nathan Feen all set up, of course, that play by the 40-20 of Hodgson.
Yeah, Josh Hodgson's been outstanding today. We see here he's nutted a 40-20 to get his side on the attack, but it's been his running game and the way he's controlled the ruck, just giving his big man over the advantage line, has threatened Manly's defence all game. He's had an outstanding match.
Yeah, and look, the intentions again on the replay, Brandy, to get himself inside that 40-20 or inside that 40-metre line.
No, it's a great play, Vossi. Knew exactly what he was doing.
He's been averaging up over 50 minutes, Hodgson, in the first 4 matches of the season. But right now, I think he's making a statement loud and clear that he may be an 80-minute player. But you don't need that backup dummy half off the bench.
I'm sure he can get through 80 minutes. But his first season in the NRL from the English Super League.
As we don't know, he did play 127 matches in the Super League. But really, Australian fans only got to know him as the bloke who ran through the door in Dunedin.
Good work, Josh.
during the Four Nations, but he's got plenty of football ability. Blake Austin kicked downfield under pressure from Burgess. Nice take at the back for Blair. Not sure whether he's wrapped in Albury. Shows Blair. 15 minutes into the second half and a 29-4 scoreline. And Manly still chasing second half points. Just where is their season at? A team that has been more successful than any other at playing finals football over the last decade. If they walk away from here with a shellacking at the hands of one of the strugglers, to be fair to making an appraisal of Canberra. Seagulls inside their 40s. Now Ballin is off with Simons. Good tackle by Croker. On halfway, last tackle Manly. Ballin, flat line again. And Cherry Evans can only kick for position. Hard kick, but well trapped by Rapana. He's got plenty of game, this bloke. Jordan Rapana, nice fend away. Backs himself across field. He's tackled there by Hiku and Ballin. Ballin has just hit 40 tackles, by the way. 57th minute, he's up to 40. His personal best is 69, Matt Ballin. There's a chance he might get close there if Canberra have a rush of possession. Terrible play of the ball, but play on the call from Whiten, and now for Sisawanga. Won't be able to offload there. They all have to release. They've done that. Canberra inside the Manly half again. Gee, he's been good today, this fella. Sean Fensom. Such a worker. Up to 34 tackles and 15 hit-ups. And quality about his work. For Austin to bomb again. So Stewart underneath it. Here comes Whiten. No, Stewart is nailed there by Whiten, and back to the in goal. They'll say second effort. Whiten knew he wasn't going to get there on time. And he's just lined up Brett Stewart.
Well, he timed it perfectly. It was just the second effort from Jared Kennedy, who joined in, that forced Brett Stewart, as we watch it on the replay box. Not going to get there. Drive Stewart underneath, and you're right, he was in the field of play, and it was the effort from Kennedy which forced him in goal.
Manly have possession again, but at the wrong end of the field as far as they're concerned. Buttress is now on for Canberra, so he's got his first footy of the day. Hodgson, who's averaged that 57 minutes, now he goes off at the end of 57, so I don't know whether it's a preconceived plan, as here is Foran out to Simons, floats it over the top. Trbojevic with the ball, tried to get between Croker and Lee. There was a gap there for a fleeting moment. Now Simons, centre field comes Sal. And he's 21 metres away from the Canberra line, but a last tackle is reached again. And there's only the bomb in the kit bag, I think. Cherry Evans, they go right, they're going to run it, then dabbed through by Foran. Whiten's got it, goes to ground, does extremely well. Jack Whiten. And now Leach, they go back a long way to throw in goal there.
Now, I don't know if Edric Lee was meant to get the ball, but we'll see if Manly and just how fair dinkum they are, if they can aim up in defence after trapping the Raiders on their own try line.
Lots of calls of lost ball. Well, that was interesting. We had three opinions. I thought the sideline official was indicating that it had been held up, but then between Perenara and his partner, Gavin Reynolds, they got the call right. Another chance for Manly. 29-4 against a team that aren't great front runners. I know the lead is substantial, but is Manly going to get a second try?
The way Manly have played for, well, 60 minutes of this game, can you see a Manly comeback? I think they need so much of a change in their attitude and what's happened so far. That they need to try just to spark something. That might give them some sort of lift.
Remembering their only try was in the first 2 minutes of the match as we hit the 60-minute mark. Into the final quarter we go. Cherry Evans with the ball. Stewart, another tip on. Here it comes. Trbojevic has got two on the move. Tommy Boyd. We love him. He's got 2 tries in his debut. 20 minutes to go. The spark was needed. The spark has been provided back.
Yeah, same personnel. Basically the same play run. Brett Stewart provides a little tip on to Braden Williami. Out the back to Stewart. Beautiful no-look pass. Hiku it is. And then he just hits Trbojevic. Not as much space as he had for the opening try, but he does it.
As Hiku has the shot from 4 metres in from touch. Hit the post with his first one today. That doesn't appear to have the strength. Yes, it does. Only just enough to get over the black dot. It is pouring rain here in Albury. Nathan's sideline.
Yeah, boys, that's where they have to go, to the edges of the Raiders. He come on the back of an error as well from Papali, give the Manly side the opportunity. They've been off tonight, Manly, but they got it right that time. Out the back to Stewart with the slick hands. What a fantastic try. I don't know if they can get over this deficit, though, with only 19 to go.
Well, gee, there's plenty of time left, Fossey, if they've found something.
Well, they need to back up that try with another one. Burgess on to Brett Stewart. But keep in mind, conditions are not perfect now. That makes it a little tougher. Brett Stewart appeared to have been hurt in that tackle. Keep an eye on him. He's gone looking for the trainer. Ball has come out. Simons has got it. And the total confusion there. He was off and running. And then a very late call to pull it back. Well, that's on the back here for Dane Tills for Canberra.
Yeah, we expect these sort of things to happen in the slippery conditions. The ball just comes out up.
Well, it's play on.
Well, of course it is. Well, and that's why Henry Perenara, who was marking the 10, looked at the pocket referee. That's why there was some confusion. No one really knew what had happened. The ball had gone backwards.
Yes. But sure, no, when you say no, but surely the sideline official can make a contribution there and say it's gone back. It's like they're meant to work as a team there, and he's looking at it from 10 metres away. I mean, that's a bad miss, that one. Canberra get a chance. This might be a very short-lived comeback from Manly. At 29 to 10, 17 minutes to go. Buttress works on the right there for Kennedy. Manly now is sweating on a Canberra mistake. As Tills has got the ball, 5 metres away, held up again. Workmanlike from the Canberra forward so far in this set. Buttress goes short defensive, was looking to back it around. Now we'll get to the in goal and twisted back by the Manly defence. Right on the goal line. Fourth tackle. And Sam Williams to Papali again. He's deep, he's not charging onto it.
I don't think he's beaten a tackle all day.
Come on, Sam, get those legs moving. You're the size of a rhinoceros. Now Austin has got it on the wraparound. Austin's a live wire. And is tackled there around the legs. Williami got him. Try saver.
Well, Manly, if there are any chance of coming back in this game, they had to stop the Raiders scoring in that set, and they've been able to do it. Let's see if they can get it out of this end without an error. Dynamis Louis. We're close to spilling that one. Oh.
Almost dropped there at dummy half by Cherry Evans. A rare run for DCE here in Albury. Now he's hurt. Cherry Evans has gone down. He's in real trouble with a foot or the ankle. He's going out the back here. Cherry Evans. He's shaking his head like something drastic has happened there. Manly with the ball inside their 40. Foran across. Very flat, working with Williami. Still in pain is Cherry Evans. Manly last tackle. 42 metres away from the Canberra line. Foran bombs from a long way out. No pressure here on White. No! Juggle up it came. And he's got the ball back. I think Cherry Evans is going to come off here. Or is he just going to go out to the wing? He's in strife either way. Edric Lee with the ball. He's defending out on the right wing, Daly Cherry Evans. And Canberra, off goes Sam Williams onto Soliola. It is on halfway. Still the Manly number 7 hobbles. He's now at centre. Tills with the ball. And he's driven back, Big Dane. Good defence, Lee Sow. Canberra. Oh, and again, there's a good shot on Nichols. It's just come on.
Lingy Sow.
That's warm up. That's a good stretch up there on the new player. Williams over the top. Trbojevic made a good decision, didn't attack the footy. This young fella has impressed all afternoon. Super Saturday on Fox Sports. A reminder too that we will have full time tonight after the Dragons Knights game with Sherbo and the team in the studio. But Easter Monday, remember, what a start Manly pushing the ball along to the left side. We'll have Tigers and Eels first up, then off to Melbourne, the clash between the Storm and the Warriors, and brush home with the Panthers and the Cowboys.
That was a great run from Kieran Foran, who 3 or 4 Canberra defenders. They get themselves a penalty.
Just going to say, we do say Super Saturday. I think you've got to call that a monstrous Monday, because they are 3 corkers, the games. Crackers, corkers, whatever you like.
3 beauties.
Beauties. Monstrous Monday. Manly with the ball. 31 metres away. And this is an opportunity for them, but only 13 and a half to go. That was scrappy again. Ballin's got the ball. Game 200 with family here. Big moment. Be the first milestone game he doesn't win. As Foran almost passed without looking. Cherry Evans has set Trbojevic coming through. Lee goes back. They've lost it. Oh, it's gone dead. Edric Lee decided to pass the ball, thinking that Jack White may just be a magician. And Trbojevic was almost presented a third try like it was an 18th birthday gift.
Cherry Evans back into play for Manly after overcoming the injury. Trbojevic, well, a heavier hand on that. Would have seen it hold up. Just a flick from Jack White. And in slow motion, that was beautiful. You could see the ball. It almost landed on its point and sat up. It just had that one more rotation to roll dead.
I'll just send a cheerio, a shout out to Philip Duke and Phil Sigsworth, wherever they are watching this one.
It was
Shades of
deja
origin.
vu, that.
SCG. Oh, you never live moments like that down. Canberra survived that one. And Manly have it, and Sal this time gets a bit of his own back. Suddenly there's a real sting in the defence here with 12 to go. And this time, Dynamis Louis with a carry. There's not too many of the Manly forwards with double-figure counts in the hit-ups. As far as metres made, it's not all that big either. Cherry Evans, big leg lift there by Lee. Not really necessary. Ball from Hiku, on to Simon. Simons to Ballin. It's all over the shop, the Manly attack here, their formation. We talk about shape. There's not much to it with Manly. It's an oblong. Now Foran has got the ball. He kicks for the corner. And there's the day for Chase Blair. Put it down, Chase. For crying out loud, put it down. He scores the try. The game is still alive for the Manly faithful. 29-14.
Well, they don't score that try unless for the good work from Kieran Foran, who shaped to pass the ball. You watch Kieran Foran shape to throw a long ball. That brings the Canberra defence up just slightly. Still has to hit the target. And he landed it on a 20-cent piece for Chase Blair, who didn't have to check his run. Just straightened up, breaks through the tackle of Jack White, and does get this one down. And importantly, gets it down very close to the posts.
Changing kicker as well from 12 metres out. Kick is successful. Kieran Foran takes the 2. Suddenly it's 29-16, 13-point ball game. 10.5 minutes to go. Jeff Toomey still looks like he lost his last $10, but you just never know. It's a grey old early evening here in Albury. The rain has set in. A good-sized crowd here. And Ricky Stewart can barely stand or sit still now, like an expectant dad. Will they give birth to a victory, the Raiders? Croker kicks deep. Manly have possession. And back comes Mason. Seagulls with it 15 metres away from their own line. Remember those stats. Manly have won 12 of their last 14 against Canberra. Has taken high as Horro. Now it's quick play, quick kick for line. Manly want to pick up the tempo. Cherry Evans launches it. It's a big one. 5 minutes inside Canberra territory. Well, this is interesting, Brandy.
Now they've come alive. Now the Seagulls have got a bit of a spring in their step.
Seagulls to centre field, 35 metres away from the line. Foran, that's better shape. Cherry Evans to Stewart, then to Trbojevic. Wrapped up by Croker. That was better. 20 metres away from the line. And it ain't easy in the conditions. Simons with the ball, 15 away from the Canberra line. They led by 29-4. Mason centrefield, Foran another touch. Cherry Evans dummy. Sisawanga had moved up on the outside. Kennedy made the tackle. Stewart gets in close. The big names are starting to put their stamp on it. Louis will play the ball. Last tackle, Manly. Ballin, back it comes. Foran tries to get the kick through, and Austin falls on it.
Well, it was the 5'8" Kieran Foran who has stepped up his involvement in the game that has made Manly a far more dangerous team with it. Just a little ricochet there off one of the Canberra legs, and Blake Austin did a great job. Little reflex catch in the conditions.
Canberra fans, they're still nervous. 29-16 with 8 minutes to go. Fox Sports Rugby League coming to you from the Lavington Sports Ground, which has hosted World Cup cricket, AFL, Sheffield Shield in the past, A-League. Today it is Rugby League, a premiership match for the first time. Blair's got the ball for Manly. Big chase from the Raiders, and effective with the first tackle was Big Nichols there. Trbojevic with yet another run. The kids made 22 of them today. 30 metres away from the Manly line. So still a chance, but that's all it is at the moment with each passing set. You just can't give up on matches these days. Foran right up to the line. Stewart with the ball. They want to get around him here. Williami gets over halfway. And he's tackled. Number 4, 5 minutes inside the Canberra half. Cherry Evans, touched by Wanga, gets it back as easy as you like.
Did you like how casually he just waited for that ball to land in his arms after throwing out a hand to get a touch to it? And just after Manly started to get a roll on, they're not making clean breaks, but they were making meters easy on the edges. As we see Cisa, good reflexes from him also to get a touch on that ball.
Papali's just gone off for Canberra, Fensom back out there. Restricted interchange might make it tough for Josh, as now Vaughan with the ball. And if we're sounding like we're on Josh Papali's back, well, we are, because we've got high expectation. He's an international. Austin kicks over the top. It's to the in goal. Blair is wishing it to go dead and has to take it dead. Well, he played a little game there of cat and mouse with the ball. The cat ate the mouse.
Now, a smart kick from Blake Austin. Still got a 13-point lead. Manly have been getting a roll on with the footy and just gets it into the in-goal area. Forces Chase Blair to knock it dead.
And it's an in-between dropout. They may get it back. Wanga has batted it down. Blair's come up with the ball. The old over-the-head trick. Then it's batted back. Play on for Manly. Oh, what a day Blair's had. It is all over the place. Seagulls have got the ball. The final 6 minutes now. But it's still a 3-score match, if you know what I mean. At 13 points the difference. And Trbojevic, that is Jake with the ball. Held up by Fensom. Now into the 40s as well in the tackle count. Mason! Big Willie is away and tackled by Kennedy. He's had some good surges today, Mason. Stewart with the ball. Lined up right side. Foran with a big right foot step. Now holds the ball up. Dynamis Louis with it. Cut down in the tackle of Vaughan. Manly with Foran. He's really come alive. Kick intercepted by Fensom. He's having a perler, Sean Fensom. Intercepts the kick. You're right about Foran. What's happened to Foran? Someone stuck a hot poker up his you-know-where.
I think he had a long think about his first half effort. He's realised that he needed to do something to step up the involvement in the game, and he has. Gee, haven't we seen a couple of great reflex takes in the last 5 minutes in these conditions? Superb. Manly will have to be, well, it'll have to be some sort of finish, won't it? Still 13 down and we're inside the last 5.
And Raiders 41 metres away from the line, and Williams is going to try and drive it out in the corner, and that is a great kick. A kick for the moment from Sam Williams. Takes it out of play. And let's see the urgency of Manly to stop the clock. It's been a good game, I must say. 29-16, two teams out of form as far as wins are concerned. One win each. But it's provided enough entertainment here.
Well, it has, and I think what deceived us all was the early try from Manly. With both sides struggling coming into this match, you thought it was going to be Canberra that were in for a long day. Only after 2 minutes, they turned their form around and were outstanding to take a big half-time lead.
Let's go, Josh. Let it go.
They've been very good on a number of occasions defensively down their own end, because Manly have had plenty of chances, but it's only been the involvement and the stepped-up energy from the Manly halves that have started to create some problems in that area.
Come on, see ya.
Another run from Mason. Manly with Stewart over the 40-metre line. Manly off to Penrith next weekend. They will take on the Panthers. Canberra at home to Melbourne. We'll have that for you on Fox Sports on Sunday week. First of our big Sunday afternoon matches for the year with big pre-match show. Horo almost lost the ball. Still got it. The call from referee Perenara. High ball from Foran. Look at this, spiralling. Dancing in midair. Croker can't get it. It's come the way of Trbojevic. Well, that would be a nice touch if the young bloke gets a hat-trick on debut. 15 metres out from the line. Ballin dummy half. Ball with Jake Trbojevic. That wouldn't be bad either if the two boys got a try. Ballin dummy half. And Manly with Louis. But now there's only 3 remaining. 13 points the difference. Remembering the clock does stop in the final 5 minutes. Ballin, Foran, delivered it flat. Trying to back his way through the hole was Horo. Mason, big dummy half, look at him. Big Willie, why not? Mason, had a look at the line. Canberra have knocked it on, I think. Ford has come up with the ball. Canberra back in possession.
Yeah, it could have been an argument there for Canberra. Got a touch on it, whether it went forward or not. The referees have gone the Raiders' way. They needed to score there, Manly. Willie pushing for the line in the replay box. I think they got it right. Vaughan got a hand to it, knocked it back, and then picked it up himself.
So Canberra in possession, and while we've got a little excited with Manly trying to make a game of it, I think if you're doing a post-mortem right now, Canberra deserve to win by 13. And Fenson with the ball right there. It's a win that gets their season right back on track. Hodgson, and they're at home to the Storm next week. Now Cecil Wanga is looking around for someone. No one on his outside. Rapana got there late. Last tackle it is for the Raiders. And now Austin tries to chip, wants the bounce. Stewart's too good. And comes up with a ball. And Manly, now it is a forlorn hope as we get down to the final 90 seconds of play. Canberra about to make it 2 wins and 3 losses for the year. Hiku with it, and across field they come. Nice footwork there, Willie Army. Lovely stuff, in and away. Tackled by Austin, just over halfway. And a slow play the ball coming from the young centre. No line, no Matai today for Manly. Hoping they will be back next week against the Panthers. 40 metres away from the line. Ballin across with Louis and Stewart, and it comes for Foran. Foran will take them on again. It's Hiku. Lee gets up on him. Doesn't quite get him. That's a pretty good grip from Hiku. He's got away from a couple, make it 3. Now Cherry Evans, forward pass to Louis, over the top, intercepted by Austin. Well, at least they had it in.
Yeah, forced to play desperation there and just offload. Blake Austin able to clean it up. And you're right, that the difference between the sides is about what the margin is. I think that's a fair indication of how the game's gone. 23-4 at half-time, that 19-point lead.
Well, it was a Manly home game, but Canberra have helped themselves to a bit of a breakthrough win. Annihilated by Manly in the corresponding game last year at Brookvale, where they trailed 42-4 at half-time. Here today, Canberra have come up with their second win of the season, defeating Manly by 29 points to 16.